Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we transform a stack of information into easily digestible, actionable insights.
Yeah, make sense of it all.
Exactly. Today, we're plunging into a really vibrant snapshot of the agricultural and agritourism landscape.
Okay.
This is all coming from a recent newsletter from the Alberta Farm Fresh Producers Association, AFFPA for short.
Yeah.
It's dated September 9, 2025.
Right.
Our goal here is to extract the most important nuggets. Funding opportunities, cultural shifts, things that could impact or maybe inspire you. Okay, let's unpack this.
What really stands out here, I think, is how much deep insight just one communication like this newsletter can offer.
Yeah.
You really see into a dynamic industry.
Yeah, it's more than just dates and
Oh,
announcements.
absolutely. It's far more than just announcements. It's like a rich tapestry showing strategic growth, innovation, and a real strong sense of community building in the farm fresh sector. You quickly get a sense of how interconnected all these themes are, from education and skill building right through to major economic development.
That's a great point about the broader tapestry, and a significant thread there, especially for Alberta, is this big economic development piece right at the start. The AFFPA, they recently secured a substantial $300,000 grant.
Wow. Okay.
This came through Alberta's Northern and Regional Economic Development Program, NRAD.
Right. NRE.
So for me, this immediately begs the question, what makes this funding so significant? I mean, beyond just the dollar amount itself.
That's a fantastic question. And the real insight here, I think, is how this grant isn't just, local training money. It's really a strategic investment.
Okay.
It's designed to infuse Alberta's agritourism with global best practices and, well, cutting-edge data.
Ah, global. Interesting.
Yeah, this Alberta-grown food agritourism growth initiative, it's a 3-year plan. It's meant to strengthen both farm direct and agritourism sectors.
Wow.
By providing training, digital tools, and opening up new market opportunities. And that's for over 250 small and medium-sized businesses across the province.
That's a decent number of businesses.
It is. And what's particularly exciting, tying into that global perspective we mentioned,
Yes.
is that part of this grant actually funds scholarships for AFFPA members.
Scholarships for what?
To attend the Global Agritourism Conference. It's happening in Aberdeen, Scotland, June 23rd to 25th, 2026.
Scotland. Okay, so it's not just giving people money. It's about giving them access to, world-class knowledge.
Precisely.
Imagine the ripple effect. Just a few local farmers bringing back insights from, 1,000 international delegates? That could be huge.
A direct pipeline to innovation, exactly.
We're talking a full day of tours, seeing operations firsthand.
On the ground.
Then 2 days of intense conference sessions, covering everything from fresh data and research to policy insights, and just hearing personal stories from operators worldwide.
Yeah, the real-world stuff.
This isn't just professional development. It feels like a strategic move, elevating a whole regional industry by bringing in those outside perspectives.
Absolutely.
It makes you wonder, how a similar approach could benefit your local agricultural sector, wherever you happen to be listening.
Exactly. And the grant's training component, it really emphasizes this global exchange, learning from operators across the world, seeing their methods, hearing their stories.
And sharing Alberta's practices, too,
Yeah,
right?
it's sharing Alberta's own practices on an international stage, absolutely.
Yeah.
Which connects directly to another core theme that kept popping up in the newsletter,
Which is
the power of education within agritourism itself.
Right, education. So that leads me to ask, if you're involved in this space, or maybe just curious, what does this emphasis on education really mean for you?
Yeah, what's the takeaway?
The newsletter makes a really compelling argument.
Yeah.
It says education isn't some, side dish in agritourism. It's the core.
The main course, basically.
Yeah. It's what builds trust, cultivates loyalty, and generates that priceless word-of-mouth buzz that keeps visitors coming back. But how does that translate into, tangible benefits for a farm?
Well, it's powerful because of why it works. Education, fundamentally, it deepens the visitor experience.
Okay.
People remember what they learn, and importantly, who taught them. It creates this lasting, sometimes even emotional connection to the farm.
That connection, right.
And that connection then fuels other sales. It completes what the newsletter calls the wheel.
The wheel.
Yeah, a great educational experience can lead directly to farm stand sales, maybe increased festival attendance, or even prompting overnight stays.
Ah, okay, so it drives other revenue streams.
Exactly. And crucially, it fills those shoulder seasons. Think workshops in the spring or fall. That keeps revenue steady when the peak season traffic might dip a bit.
That makes sense. Keeps things flowing year-round.
And perhaps most importantly, it builds community credibility. The farm becomes a trusted, go-to resource.
So you're not just selling produce, you're a knowledge hub.
You got it. Transforming curious visitors into really engaged community members.
That makes perfect sense. It's about building relationships and value, not just transactions.
Exactly.
And the newsletter even offers practical, easy ways for farms to start, like a short 60 to 90-minute mini class.
Keep it manageable.
Right. On an existing skill the farm already has, maybe cap the class size for quality, include a simple take-home item or a recipe.
Little value adds.
Yeah. Bundle it with a tasting maybe, or you pick coupon. Partner with local schools or libraries.
Yeah.
And always, always collect emails.
Build that list, build that community.
It seems like a very accessible entry point for almost any operation looking to expand its offerings.
Absolutely. And to show there's clear demand, the newsletter even lists what visitors are currently asking for. This isn't just guesswork.
Oh, interesting. What's on the list?
It's telling. It's not just, popular hobbies. It's a clear signal of a market-craving foundational practical skills. Skills that really resonate with a desire for self-reliance and a deeper connection to nature and food.
Okay, like what specifically?
We're talking gardening basics, small spaces, big spaces, understanding herbs and simple remedies, safe food preservation techniques.
Canning, pickling, that sort of thing.
Exactly. Smoking and cutting meat, beginner beekeeping, soil health 101, even kid-friendly farm science.
Wow, quite a range.
The market is practically telling farms what education to offer.
And that demand for practical skills, it feels bigger than just farm visits, doesn't it?
Oh, much bigger.
It connects directly to that broader cultural trend the newsletter actually calls the homesteading moment.
I saw that.
Historically, we might think of prairie pioneers, late 1800s, or maybe the 1960s, 70s, back to the land movement.
Right, those earlier waves.
But today, homesteading is back. And it seems to cover a whole spectrum of modern life.
It's not just one thing anymore.
No. It's almost like we're seeing this collective memory reawakening, like a quiet pushback against maybe over-specialization, a craving for those fundamental skills our grandparents perhaps just took for granted.
It truly feels that way. And this raises an important question. What exactly are people asking for in this modern homesteading context?
Yeah, what are the specifics?
Well, the list provided in the newsletter aligns perfectly with those educational opportunities we just discussed. People are actively seeking knowledge on core areas.
Right.
Starting a garden, understanding herbs and herbalism, mastering food preservation canning, pickling, making preserves. Practical stuff like smoking meat, safe food storage.
Butchery basics even, you mentioned.
Yeah, even butchery basics. And what's really highlighted here is this isn't solely about individual learning. It seems deeply rooted in the idea of community.
How so?
Sharing skills, learning alongside neighbors, fostering that collective knowledge base. It's social too.
That makes sense. Less isolated learning, more connection.
Definitely. And for those who want to dig deeper, the newsletter also points to some resources, an eco-friendly homestead glossary, an overview of permaculture terms. Useful stuff.
Good pointers. Okay, so we've talked about these grand initiatives like the grant and these big cultural shifts driving skills demand.
Right, the big picture.
But for many listening, the immediate question is probably, okay, great, but what can I do today to capitalize on this?
Yeah, the practical steps.
And the newsletter actually addresses that with some really concrete opportunities for direct market access, which is pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. Like what?
For instance, there's a specific pumpkin and fall wholesale opportunity mentioned.
Okay, timely.
And this isn't just a general inquiry, it's a direct matchmaking call. They're looking for 125 to 150 totes of mixed pumpkins for this season.
That's specific.
Very. And there's potential for a longer-term relationship, too. That's literally turning potential surpluses to reliable revenue right now.
That's fantastic. It solves an immediate need for both the farm and the buyer. Direct connection.
Exactly. And beyond those immediate sales, the newsletter also highlights practical support for aspiring farmers. People looking to build those foundational business skills for, long-term viability.
Always crucial.
The Young Agrarians Business Bootcamp for new farmers is mentioned as a standout offering.
Ah, yes, Young Agrarians. Good program.
It's online, community-based, running Wednesday evenings from October 1st to December 10th this year, 2025.
Okay, coming up soon then.
Yeah. It's specifically designed for new and aspiring farmers to write or rewrite a business plan for their farm enterprise.
So whether you're just exploring a dream, planning that first season,
Or even adding a new enterprise to an existing farm. It covers all that.
That's really valuable foundational work.
Totally. It's about equipping them to succeed sustainably, not just scrape by. Participants can expect to write a comprehensive farm business plan.
Financials, marketing, the works.
Yep, including financial and marketing strategies, gain expert insights, network with peers. It's a crucial step for things like accessing capital and making that farm dream a reality.
Exactly. It's about building a robust foundation for the future.
Okay, so bringing these concepts more to life, the newsletter also gives us a fantastic example of active agritourism in action.
An example is always good.
The Fall-O-Ween and Haunted Pumpkin Festival at Prairie Gardens. It sounds like a long-running, really celebrated event up there.
Oh yeah, Prairie Gardens. They're a prime example of creating these immersive, multi-generational experiences. I think they've been doing it for 30 years.
30 years?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
During the Fall-O-Ween Harvest Fest part, they offer all those classic autumn activities, hay rides, corn mazes,
Yeah.
craft stuff like scarecrow making, potato digging.
And for families.
Totally.
Mm.
Visits to the petting farm. Then every weekend in October, it transforms into the Haunted Pumpkin Fest.
Okay, shifting gears.
Yeah, featuring themed attractions like the ghost town of Boone Accord, great name, and a haunted farmhouse. It's really an incredible illustration of how a farm can innovate to draw visitors and create these memorable recurring events.
Builds tradition. And speaking of experiences, the newsletter also shares some nice captured moments from Alberta Open Farm Days.
Oh yeah, who did they feature?
It showed Aurora alpacas, Prairie Gardens again, and finished up at Barr Estate Winery with Amy Barr. It really shows the diversity of what agritourism can offer, not just pumpkins.
Absolutely. Alpacas to wineries. It's clear that this entire ecosystem, it thrives on innovation and collaboration.
It definitely feels that way. And the newsletter also spotlights some of the diverse businesses and partners that make up this vibrant farm-fresh community. It's not just the farmers themselves.
Right, the support network.
Exactly. For example, they mention Prairie Hill Farms Ltd. They're in Picture Butte, Alberta, launched in 2020, specializing in Haskap berries.
Haskap berries, okay.
And they operate a CFIA-licensed facility. That's a big deal. Means they meet Canada's highest food safety standards, opens doors to broader markets.
So they handle processing too.
Everything. Freeze-drying, packaging berries, powders, juices. They sell retail, wholesale, and even offer co-packing services for others.
So they're not just growing, they're innovating right across the value chain. That's smart.
Precisely. Then we also see Spot Power mentioned. An Alberta-born company actually emerged from the oil and gas sector originally.
Interesting pivot.
Yeah, but now they bring significant energy savings, low-cost electricity and natural gas to over 450 communities, helping farms with input costs.
That's a tangible benefit.
Definitely. And then there's Pacific Injection Molding Ltd. from BC. They provide innovative plastic solutions like containers or tools specifically tailored for agriculture.
Developed with farmer input.
Developed with direct input from growers, yeah, to ensure the tools are practical, durable, what farmers actually need.
Makes sense.
And finally, they briefly touch on NAFMA, that's Northeast Alberta's network of producers, processors, agribusinesses. They're apparently undergoing an exciting rebranding journey, promising new resources soon.
Lots happening there too.
Yeah, these examples really demonstrate the breadth and depth of the support and innovation within the sector. It shows how all these specialized businesses contribute to the wider agricultural community.
What an incredible deep dive, really, into this Alberta Farm Fresh Producers Association newsletter.
Yeah, a lot packed in there.
We've seen the impressive growth of agritourism fueled by, significant strategic grants. We've seen the resurgence of interest in practical homesteading skills.
That whole cultural moment.
Right. And the many community supports available for farmers, from that direct wholesale matchmaking to business boot camps.
It really paints a picture of a vibrant, interconnected world, highlighting innovation and resilience.
It does. And while it's specific to Alberta, this newsletter really offers universal insights, I think, into the vitality and the forward thinking happening in agriculture pretty much everywhere.
Absolutely. And this deep dive, it really makes you consider. This raises an important question for me. How might these global agritourism trends we talked about and this resurgence of homesteading skills, how might they create unexpected partnerships?
Interesting thought.
Or new market opportunities, even beyond what's explicitly mentioned here in the newsletter? It really shows that sometimes the biggest opportunities are found precisely where those traditional practices meet modern demand.
Yeah, that intersection.
It prompts you, the listener, to maybe look for unique connections in your own community or interests, perhaps bridging seemingly unrelated fields.
Food for thought.
Definitely. There's always more to discover when you look closely at these dynamic interactions.